Hello, everyone. We are here in Canada for round 6 of season 9 of CRL Tier 2. I'm here today, Adrian, and my co-commentator is Jack for today.
Hello. Obviously, Adrian, this is your first time commentating on Tier 2. Um, any expectations going into today?
Not really. I know that Strange is coming off the back of a win in China, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see him doing well. I know he's also leading the championship. So, among other people, I'd expect him, Hobbsy, and perhaps Taupe to be doing pretty well today. They're the top three in the standings, I believe.
As we go on board with Westy, the first driver on a lap, coming through the tricky turns 1 and 2. You get on the car nice and early. Now coming through turn 3 and 4. Lovely. Now turn 5, the yellow flag, that's one of the AlphaTauri's going to That's a 19.9 on medium, so he could probably go a bit quicker if he was on, on softs. As now he's coming through this corner here. I'm trying to get the track map up at the moment, so let's have a look. As now he's coming through a name I can't pronounce, but it's turn 10 anyway. He's invalidated, so it doesn't even matter really. I don't know who else is on a lap, but we'll just continue if he stays in. Nope, he doesn't. But I don't know who is even on the lap.
I think worth noting, as you might notice a bit of extra yellow on the Ferrari this week. New update today, and we can see the one-off livery that Ferrari has introduced for the Monza race, in tribute to the fact that the Ferrari hypercar won in Le Mans this year. So it's similar to their Le Mans livery that they won with. So try not to get too confused if you see too much yellow on that car. As speaking of, we've got a Ferrari IRT Ennis coming up to the final chicane now. Starting a lap now.
I do really like the livery. It's quite nice, but I've been seeing a lot of memes about it, especially relative to McDonald's.
Yep.
But that's Twitter and stuff for you, so.
Yep. Same as last year with their one-off livery then.
Yes. True.
I think the only real complaint I've heard though so far about it is just that the Ferrari on the rear wing, it doesn't look or it's not yellow, it's white, and it doesn't really fit in with the extra yellow stuff. I think people think that it'll look better with yellow. Actually, speaking of which, Ennis leaves the session, so I'd imagine that's a disconnect. I would imagine he'll be back soon. Let's see. At the moment, we've got Gargreaves in provisional pole position with a 110.127.
Strange second. Hargreaves, so it's not Gargreaves, unfortunately. That would be funny though. But I reckon either just call him George or Hargreaves. I don't think he minds between the two.
Sounds good. Hargreaves it is. Because there's no way I'm remembering what isn't on the screen.
Yeah, that's fair.
That being said, Strange puts it P2. He is about half a second back on, or not half second, sorry, half a tenth back on Hargreaves. Hobbsy in third, so that second and third is similar to what was predicted.
newly promoted Hargreaves already provisional pole. That's very impressive. Promoted from Tier 3, had a couple of wins there. CRL decided, you know what, let's promote him to Tier 3, see what happens. He's doing good. He's very, very quick. Compared to last game anyway, he was very rapid. So, definitely championship material for him. I am going to go on board with Hope, as he's coming through the CRS straight, now in Sector 2. Coming up through turn 9, and 8 and 9 even. Got an Aston Martin getting out of the way. Very close though. Now we're coming up to the Pingle, I think that's what it's called. In turn 10 anyway. 11, the short left kink. No, coming through turn 12. Right under Casino Straight. Coming up to the chicane, and World Champions doesn't want to hit that. He almost does on the limits here, and he's on pole by 8 thousandths.
Impressive lap from the Alfa Romeo driver. Will be interesting to see if he can maintain that throughout the remaining 10.5 or so minutes. In the meantime, drivers yet to set a lap. There's about 5 of them, I think. Yeah, 5 of them, other than... I'm not even sure how to pronounce that last name, but the guy who has DNF'd.
It's... Just it's... Westy as well, new name for me. Don't know if he was here last week in China, but he's taken one of the McLaren seats. For this race, I don't know if he's a reserve, but in place of Cal Cohen, the other McLaren driver. Wait, see. Last time I was commentating, he had a very good performance in Qatar, bagging himself, I think it was 2nd or 3rd. Got himself on the podium anyway. Come on, RDR. Yeah, apart from that. And Hargreaves as well. Not a new name for me. I've commentated on him before in Tier 3 alongside Indigo.
Speaking of,
commentating in Tier 1.
Hargreaves coming across the line now on a flying lap. Looks like an improvement, but still 200ths off of Taupe, so does not take pole. He doesn't improve his position, but he does improve his time. So that will be interesting to see. Presumably there will be a final run for him towards the end of the session. We'll see if he can gain those 200ths then.
Yep.
As Ennis rejoins the session on an outlap again with that Ferrari livery.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Legend was on the lap, but he invalidated, unfortunately. And there's a yellow flag somewhere.
I believe Legend is the yellow flag. Just letting drivers through on the straight.
I think it might have been Strange, the one I was looking at.
As Legend actually starting a new flying lap from 11th on the grid provisionally through turns 1 and 2. Takes a nice line. Careful on the exit, don't want to lose the rear there. Right through that chicane, and Sector 1 split. It's a 19.558, so we'll be seeing in a moment what he can do through the second sector. We got the DRS zone here. Anybody else on a lap? Plenty of other people, but Legend nonetheless still on him at the moment. DRS detection zone right where he just went through during the race, so it will be interesting to see any tactics deciding not to go for moves through that second DRS zone, just so that you can get DRS down the long straight. I'm interested to see if anybody tries to pull that out, or will it just be pass after pass, trying to get through as soon as possible. And Legend actually pits instead of finishing the lap, so I wonder if there was a mistake that I didn't actually pick up on there.
I'm not too sure myself, but Strange is coming down the casino straight now as Ennis has retired. That looks like a crash.
Oh dear.
We'll go on board with Farrell and see where he was crashed. Looks like he just lost a bit of backhand, and we are in the 9s. We're in the 1 minute 9s.
Yep, as Strange takes provisional pole position, so that's a very solid lap time. Just over a tenth ahead of Taupe. We'll see, can Taupe take that back? Taupe is on a lap at the moment through the end of Sector 1, so up by half a tenth. So that's not going to be enough as is, but I'm sure there'd still be room for improvement through the remainder of the lap. Looks like he's struggling on power through that chicane there. Through turn... Ooh, that's a big snap of oversteer. That will not be helpful for this lap. See down the long straight though.
He takes down. I don't know if he's going to continue his lap.
Yeah, that's interesting. Still using the ERS, so maybe trying to make up some time still. Nope, just pulls into the pits.
As Jet has improved to 4th. 4 thousandths ahead of Westy.
That's impressive. Pretty close gaps there. Oh, as Waitsy actually.
Go on, Waitsy.
So the McLaren's in 4th and 6th here. This is looking pretty good for them, I'd say. But only one driver at the moment getting into the 109s. It'll be interesting to see if others can do the same throughout the remainder of the session. Only under 5 minutes left now, so not much time left as Farrell is about to finish their lap. Just a tenth down. And is he using an Alonso helmet for you as well, or is that my game glitching?
I think that's... looks... Yeah, it's an Alonso helmet. I think he joined the session late, so that might be why. But I'm not too sure, as a McLaren, or Mercedes stuck in the pits. Never mind.
As Kryko goes second, 109.972. So that's a second driver into the 109s.
Very, very good lap from Kryko.
So, not quite able to get ahead of Strange, so Strange maintains that provisional pole position. We'll see if that falls to any other drivers, though. Drivers should be coming out for the final runs now or within the next couple minutes. Strange looks like he's just come out for his final run, letting an Alpine through. That'll be Wuhan. AJ Wuhan.
As a Legend, who's improved to 5th.
Good lap from him.
Who else just improved there? Safi, Melu Safi, Legend's teammate, outqualified him by 12,000.
Impressive. So the Williams putting themselves in 5th and 6th. That's third row lockout for them at the moment. Provisionally, of course.
Popsy, he's coming through turns 8 and 9 now. Coming up to the second sector split. He is a tenth and a half up, almost. Coming through turn 10. Now with a little left-hander of turn 11. And now this technically counts as turn 12. Going down the casino straight. Now coming to the Wall of Champions. Doesn't invalidate there, that's very surprising, almost. really close to invalidating. What's it going to be for Hobbsy? It's going to be pole.
Provisional pole, wow. 109.886, that is a mad impressive lap. So that puts that Ferrari onto the front row ahead of Strange, who's about to start his final flying lap himself.
Hobbsy doing what the Ferrari... Oh, there's a Red Bull spawn. That's Delano spawn. Unfortunately, that was on his final run. The Safu has retired. That's in the pit lane. Tango coming across the line to finish this lap. Where is it going to put him? It's going to put him third.
Impressive. So that's
only 1,000 behind Strange.
7 different teams in the top 7 at the moment. As Strange goes past 3 people just sitting off to the side of the track. Good on all of them for getting out of the way. As Strange is improving by 0.03 of a second. That would not be enough to get him ahead of Hobbsy. Will there be any improvement through the final chicane and down the final straight? These 2 corners may decide the pole position for the race. Doesn't invalidate, just about keeps it out of the wall. Hits the DRS one last time. Across the line, Strange doesn't improve.
I think Hargreaves is improving. He is. He's a 10th up. Who's that? That just improved. That's
Jet just went second.
Wow. I don't know if Hargreaves is going to have enough fuel to get to the line. We'll have a look though. Coming through turn 8s and 9 now. Looking very quick. There's a bit of damage there on the circuit. 2 tenths up.
Ooh,
but he's
bit of a lock up.
And
he backs out. Ah, that is a shame.
Very unfortunate for Hargreaves.
Kind of looks like Jet is still pushing on another lap. It's hard to tell. No, he doesn't seem to be, actually. Steiny on a lap, though, in 16th at the moment. Let's see if he can improve. Meanwhile... Oh. Surely you can't with that little mistake there. Is Waitsy on a lap?
No,
doesn't look like it.
One in the corners, yeah.
So that is your qualifying result. It's Hobbsy on pole position, ahead of Jet. Strange and Tang take the second row. How did you pronounce that? Kriko?
I think it's either Kriko or Kriko. It's not too certain.
Well, the Haas, either way, in 5th, and we'll be able to see the full qualifying results in just a moment. As Hargreaves saying, would have run out of fuel anyway, but that was a lap in the first sector. It did look like a very impressive first sector. So you've got Hobbsy on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix, followed by Jet, Strange, Tang, Kriko, Taupe, Hargreaves, Nelu Safu, Scream, Legend, Waitsy, Westy, AJ Wuhan in 13th, Delano 14th, Farrell 15th, Steiny 16th, Carl, Annis, and Schukstra? Eidstra?
Just Ids.
Ids, okay. In 19th, rounding out the back end of the grid. So great qualifying session there. Kept us on our toes to the last moment. Looked like Strange might have had it for a while, and then Hobbsy and Jet both got him. So, Jack, do you have any predictions for the win?
Oof. I don't know. It's a dry race, so maybe Hargreaves or something. He looked very quick on his final lap there, but yeah, I'm not too sure honestly. It's I feel like it's too early to call at the moment.
Yeah, might just be.
What about you, though? Do you have any predictions?
Admittedly, not having really commentated Tier 2 much. Did one race last season, but that wasn't even this season, so different game even. So I just have to really go off of qualifying. I'd say either Strange or Hobbsy. Strange, of course, leads the championship, so he's always a safe bet. Hobbsy's in second, though, I believe, tied with Taupe. So 100 points for Strange. I think was 82 for Taupe and Hobbsy. So, yep, 82 for the two of them, so will be interesting to see. But I think Hobbsy has certainly put himself in the prime position for this win.
And what I was going to say is Hobbsy doing what Ferrari can't do in real life and getting a pole position. But,
Let's see if he can do what they can't do in real life either. Take a win.
yeah.
Who knows, maybe that livery will help him take the win like they did at Le Mans.
Yeah.
It's a tough track here. Track limits penalties may play a part in the finishing order. It certainly did in Tier 4, which I raced in. I got way more penalties than I should have. Nearly cost me a position. As we have the lights going on, 5 red lights on. It's lights out, and we are racing here in Montreal. Hobbsy gets away well. Jet in second. Strange is going to go for the move on him. Strange down the inside into second. Ooh, that's a Haas spinning. It's Kryko. Kryko's round all the way down to the back of the grid. Oh, that's carnage. The two Aston Martins getting together as well. Couldn't tell which of them was going backwards. I think it was Farrell. Back up to the front of the grid, though. Hobbsy has a second lead on Jet, who's back through on Strange, and Tang in fourth. Taupe in fourth now. Down the inside. That was a lot of oversteer up there for Jet. Stays ahead of Strange for the moment, and Hobbsy is flying away. That's incredible. Now, Hobbsy is on mediums, while the others behind are... The next two behind are on hards. Taupe on mediums, though, so he'll be looking to get through on Strange and Jet. Looking back, Legend has a little bit of a gap back to Delano, as Delano actually battling with Westy. Scream there as well. Down the inside, looks like Hargreaves going for a move on Scream. Can't quite get anything done through turn 10. It's 2 seconds is the lead up in front for Hobbsy. So Hobbsy's had a perfect first lap. As
Taupe
and
cutting the corner there, and Hobbsy obviously in the lead. Wait,
Tang down the inside.
Scream.
Tang makes the move on Taupe, so Tang back up into fourth. He started fourth. Ooh, bit of a snap of oversteer there. Taupe, will he be under pressure from Nelu Safu now? Not quite. Taupe already getting a 3-second time penalty. So he's the first penalty of the race.
Yeah. But, wow. I don't even know what to say about that start. That was a bit carnage in first corners. But Delano gained the most with 6 positions. Steiny up 5. It's now up 5 after passing Ennis there. But the biggest loser is Kryko, who obviously started in 5th, is now down to 19th and bottom last.
Yep, though interestingly, that top 4 is the only order that hasn't changed, as that might be about to change. Yep, Strange looking for a move. Will he be able to pull anything through turn 1? It looks like Jet got a pretty good exit from the chicane, so I wouldn't expect it. And Tang sets the fastest lap of the race on the hards. So it looks like he'll be pressuring Strange now.
Add an O at the end of Tang, and you've got his Tango. Name. Tango.
I just assumed that was a 0.
Yeah, it's a Tango. But,
Tango in fourth, then.
Obviously, Hobbsy would have got no better start anyway, because he is on mediums, and the rest are on hards. Taupe as well, but I'm just surprised that he didn't get that good of a launch. I mean, he gained one position, but he's already gotten a penalty, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah, it's definitely not the start he would have wanted, as further back on the grid, Farrell making a move on Steiny. Oh, as they're both going a bit slowly, trying to exchange DRS. Wonder if that'll give Ids a chance down this straight. A little bit of contact between the Alpine and the Aston Martin as there's a change up at the front of the grid. Strange is through on Jet.
Strange having the realised DRS advantage as well, it looks like.
Taupe through on Tango as well.
Oh, Taupe, yep.
So it's all going... Oh, is that Carl?
Oh, that's crashing the wall of champions. That's very unfortunate for Carl. And
that is our first safety car of the race.
Yep, and our first retirement. Very unlucky for the Alpine. But I'm not too sure what happened there between whether Carl and Farrell had a bit of damage, or they had a bit of contact even, making Carl spin, or...
So I'd say, yeah. I didn't see it, unfortunately, so... But the driver's going around for a lap, as Hobbsy was past where the safety car comes out by the time it came out. So Hobbsy, we'll see how all this affects strategy. It would be too early to pit onto another set of tires to try and go to the end of the race, but for somebody like, Ennis, for example, he's got quite a gap behind, so if he wanted to try a different strategy, he could probably go into the pits without worrying about losing position. As Taupe actually does bit. We'll see what Taupe puts on.
He should put on the hards. That he does.
That he does, yes. So Taupe, let's see where he comes out. Delano also in the pits. Taupe looks like he'll be coming out in 13th, so that's back to the back of that pack, but there's still a few people behind him. And that leaves the only medium runners left in this at the moment then are Hobbsy in first, Ids in 11th, and Delano, who's just switched on to the mediums, in 14th.
Very unusual race so far, I would say. I mean, Hargreaves as well, he didn't get that best of starts, but he did start in 7th, so he's only lost one position. I mean, Ids is now the biggest gainer with 8, and then Steiny with 7. But still, that biggest loser in positions is Kryko, I don't know at this point. Kryko, I don't think it matters too much, but yeah, very interesting race so far. And what I was going to ask before the race started was, obviously you raced here in Tier 4.
Yeah.
You got a podium, did you say?
Yeah, P2.
Yeah, P2. And I was going to ask if you know what the strategy would be.
It's hard to say. I mean, there were 3 safety cars in the Tier 4 race. I pitted under the last of them, which was around, I want to say, lap 20-ish. So I was able to pull a hards to mediums strategy that worked out perfectly. But many people took a few stops. I think the other podium finishers... the other podium finishers before post-race penalties were 3 stops and 2 stops. So fresh tires are quite powerful here, so pitting under a safety car isn't necessarily a bad idea. As speaking which, AJ Wuhan has done exactly that.
Safety car should come in at the end of this lap if Jacob catches up in time. Maybe not. Oh, there we go.
As we have safety car in this lap then, it'll be interesting to see AJ Wuhan being the 4th driver on mediums now. The Alpine at the back of the grid, but back up at the front of the grid, we have Hobbsy. When will Hobbsy blink? Safety car is in the pits. Many people went before the final chicane in Tier 4. Looks like Hobbsy's going to wait till after. He goes now. Strange with a decent restart, but a little bit of a wobble. Looks like the big person who's being caught out is Tango a little bit. Not too far off of his teammate, but especially through that first corner he's caught back up. It looked like the Williams of Melusafu on the back of him. A bit of a snap of oversteer from Tango, it looked like. Maybe that was just trying to heat up the tires. Not too much carnage this time, as that was a bit of oversteer from Westy and Hargreaves. Hargreaves is going to go down the inside. There's some overtaking. Steiny dropping down the order. Will Ennis make it through round the outside? That's a nice move, and he's through. As so is Taupe. Steiny is sinking here. Steiny overtaken by Delano as well. I wonder if Steiny has wing damage.
It doesn't look like it. I don't know what's happening to Steiny, but
Oh, there's 3 wide. Scream is through. AJ Wuhan goes round the outside of Steiny. Steiny trying to get out of the way, it looks like. Waitsy gets through as well. Steiny weaving for tire temperature, it looked like, as Farrell is through on Hargreaves. It's pretty close up at the front, though.
Steiny. As he's coming into the pits, I wonder if he's going to retire.
Scream overtaken by AJ Wuhan. Strange, only 3/10 off of Hobbsy though, as some action between the Alpha Tauris. And that's Ids through. We'll see if Ids goes for a move on Farrell soon.
It's looking pacey on them mediums, I think they are, yeah. Of course, basically everyone around him, up to second, is on the hards, so he wants to try and compromise. Is it? No, it's not compromise.
As Hargreaves gets the penalty as well now. That's 2 drivers in this race with 3-second time penalties.
He wants to take advantage of everyone on the hards when he's on the medium. He's getting really close to travel now. But anything happening at the front, Strange
down the inside for Ids. On Farrell through the final chicane. A little bit of contact. Farrell has to cut the chicane a bit. Oh, as that looked like a bad exit for Hargreaves. Ennis is through. Will Taupe make a move as well? Down the inside, yes. How about the Red Bull? Oh, was actually Hargreaves fighting back with Taupe. Inside of turn 2. Can anything be done? Not quite. Taupe is going to have the better exit, and Taupe is through solidly. Good battling down in the midfield. Delano looks like he's struggling through that chicane. Will AJ Wuhan be able to capitalize? Down the inside. He makes the move before the second part of the chicane. There's a yellow flag, and that's Ids. Ids has spun round.
Oh no.
Everybody just about avoiding him. Steiny in the pits again. But up at the front, still Strange and Hobbsy. Strange not letting Hobbsy go, so I'm sure Hobbsy probably isn't too thrilled with the fact that there was a safety car. Matter of fact, Strange going down the inside, down the long straight. Is it going to be done before the braking zone? Not quite. It is done in the braking zone though, and it's Hobbsy just about keeping the car straight there. It looked like it was a bit of a struggle though. And we have a new race leader.
As Waitsy, lovely move on the inside of Scream there through the Wall of Champions. But, did Tango just get past Jet, or am I...
he did, yeah. It was actually, speaking of, Tango gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's not going to help him. this group is all so close together, this top 7, pulling away from the rest of the grid. It's sort of 2 trains here. Got the top 7 and then 8th through 17th. Or, no, sorry, 8th through 16th.
But, strangely, it looks rapid compared to Hobbsy.
And on those hards as well. Hobbsy, I wonder if the mediums are falling off or going through a graining phase or what. But Tango looks like he's putting a bit of pressure on him now. He's not super close on this lap, but at this rate I wouldn't be surprised to see him a bit closer soon, as through the final chicane, Nelusafu cuts the corner. Jet gets a 3-second time penalty. They were side by side through there. It's difficult to make overtakes there. Hargreaves gets a penalty as Delano's out. There's 3 cars out. What's happened?
Oh, what's happened there? As Jacob has gotten a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Hargreaves. But perfect. That was weird. I just seen cars. I saw Tope losing his wheel. I saw Hargreaves losing a wheel as well.
That was chaotic. I have no idea what happened, but that was... Looks like it all went down at the final chicane. That was chaotic.
I'm not sure why Jacob got a penalty for a collision with Hargreaves.
Yeah.
But Delano had a penalty, then just crashed. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I wish I had caught that, but I didn't. That looked incredibly chaotic, just on the track map. As Strange into the pits, Hobbsy as well, Tango stays out, Jet stays out, so both Mercedes staying out, Nelusafu as well, and Legend, Westy, Farrell goes into the pits, Ennis, AJ Wuhan, Waitsy, Scream, Frico, and Ids isn't anywhere near the pits yet. So we'll see what everyone puts on. The 5 that have stayed out are all on hards that they've been on since the start of the race, so they're doing something similar to what I did in the Tier 4 race, which worked out quite well for me and the other driver who did that. So we'll see if it works out for these 5. Is that a red Mercedes
just like
AMG?
That, 3 drivers gone in 1 corner.
Yeah. That was quite something. I wish I had caught it on stream.
Yeah, same. But, yeah. Because both Mercedes have penalties now, I just realised.
Yeah, let's see, what exactly do they have? 3 seconds each, and with those 3 that just got knocked out of the race in that collision, they're the only 2 with penalties on the grid now.
Jacob, otherwise known as AJ Wuhan, obviously served his in the pit lane. But yeah.
Just trying to take notes of what's happening in this race. It's quite chaotic. So we'll see, and we're only about... we're not even halfway through the race yet. So if this is the first half of the race, just wait for the second half, because if it's got anywhere near the amount of chaos that this half has, it's going to be something worth watching, without doubt.
Of course, last lap we were 1/3 of the way through the race. Lap 12. But I'm gonna do something quickly on the old Discord. Let's have a look.
Let's see, I don't believe it'll be safety car in this lap. Maybe next lap, when Steiny catches up to the safety car queue. It's a Mercedes 123 at the moment with the safety car out. So, but in actuality, it's a Mercedes 1.2, Williams 3.4. So, oh, and with the McLaren in 5th, actually, it's Mercedes engines as the top 5. So, of course,
Oh, I see what happened.
and what happened?
Ghosting is off.
Ah, that'll do it.
For whatever reason, ghosting is off. Very unusual.
Yeah, that'll do it for collisions like that. As it looks like Steiny has caught up to the safety car queue, so I would imagine the safety car will be in this lap. We'll see where Tango chooses to go. See if he catches out Jet. Yeah, it looks like it is safety car in this lap. Tango finished 5th last race, so we'll see if he can improve upon that this race. We'll see if the strategy works out to even give him a chance at the win. Tango is in 6th in the championship, though. And warming up the tires, going quite slowly, bunching up the pack. Safety car is in the pits. Oh my god, he's gone early. Tango has already gone. Jet caught out a little bit. I'd say Nelusafu caught out just as bad. So it's a great restart for Tango. Cross the line to start lap 15. The Mercedes look pretty safe for the first few corners at least, as though Strange making a move on Westy. So Strange on the fresh mediums. Oh, I wonder if he did that too early, because he lets Westy back through, and Hobbsy gets through as well, so that is not what Strange will have wanted. Hobbsy, though... Oh, is that Jet spun? Jet facing the wrong way, breaks his front wing trying to flick spin the car. Hobbsy, though... Oh, and it's a safety car again.
Oh my god, man. It's gonna be like this for the rest of the race.
At this rate, it may very well be. We're 15 laps in, though. Many people... We had in Tier 4 a safety car at the same time. Plenty of people pit. Wonder if that top 5, or... Well, now top 4 and Jet will be pitting.
Luckily enough as well for Jet, no one else crashed into him.
Yeah. So he should be able to avoid any penalties or anything. Though I wouldn't imagine if he just made a mistake and was off to the side of the track, he would get one. Oh, his Legend speeds in the pits.
Ooh.
That is a 5-second time penalty. Those aren't insurmountable. I actually had to get over one in the Tier 4 race myself, but they certainly aren't helpful, I'll put it that way. If he has to pit again, he'll have to serve it. If he doesn't, he'll probably still have to serve it just after the race. So, Hobbsy is the driver who's furthest up on fresh tires, but Hobbsy is on hards while Strange is on mediums, so it'll be interesting to see how that strategy plays out. It's possible Strange will need to pit again, but I could see Hobbsy going to the end on these hards.
It's very possible. Hobbsy, I think Hobbsy is pretty good at tire saving, so I reckon he could, but it's going to be difficult for those that are on mediums. Of course, Hobbsy started on mediums, so he's got that advantage of basically pitting onto hards whenever he wants, and he's now on them.
Yep.
Obviously.
He's taking advantage of that, yeah.
But, obviously, the safety car will be out for at least 2 to 3 laps. He'll be able to take him further.
Yeah, as it looks like an Alfa Romeo screen going a bit slowly there. Not sure what was happening there as Legend pits, so presumably Legend tried and get rid of that penalty right away. Into the pits. What do they pit onto? Another set of mediums. Serving that penalty, though, as Nelusafu has left the session. Imagine that's just a disconnect. I hope they can get back into the session as quick as possible. They're in a very good position in second. And if this chaos continues, they might just get into first or stay in second. Either way, they're in a good position. Let's hope they get back in quickly.
As Tope has reported himself, I don't know why, but okay. He's reported himself in the whatever it is, in the reports.
He's reported himself for 0 IQ. This might give us insight into what happened in the crash, given video is down the back straight. Take a quick look at it. Oh, this is the final chicane. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. So, the incident that caused that 3-car crash and safety car, Tope outbrakes himself, takes the escape road at the final chicane, clips the barrier, gets knocked onto the track, collides with Hargreaves, spinning him, gets rear-ended by Delano trying to avoid all the accidents, and takes off all 3 of their wheels. Hargreaves, Delano, and Tope.
Let's see. Just, Tope doing science what he did in Russia a couple of years back.
Yeah, almost exactly that, yeah.
Just clipping the inside barrier and basically taking himself out, and then unfortunately just yeah, took out, not on purpose, obviously, it was obviously accidental, but took out Delano and George Hargreaves in the process.
Yep, as we have safety car in this lap. So Tango, I think, led the safety car restart last time. Be interesting to see if he goes as early as he did last time, or if he maybe tries to catch people out by going a bit later. I'm sure Nelusafu will be on his toes right from the start, right from here. Safety car is approaching the pit lane now. The safety car is in the pits, so Tango can go whenever he's ready. And he goes now.
Again, catching out Safu, but
not as much as last time, though, as Safu actually nails that final corner. So now Safu is right on the back of Tango. We'll see what Hobbsy can do, though. Hobbsy on the hards. Hobbsy and Strange are the 2 to really watch up at the front here. Hobbsy on fresh hards, Strange on fresh mediums, while Nelusafu and Tango are on old hards. Hobbsy, can he make a move into the chicane? He's not really looking for anything yet in that Ferrari. Going to go for anything. It looks like he's got the better run through this straight. Looks like Nelusaku may be making use of the overtake a bit more to stay ahead. So no movement yet in that top 5. Haven't seen much movement yet, generally, actually.
Always Hobbsy's down the inside. Safi has to take avoiding action there of the rear end of Tango.
And Strange is gonna... Strange gets run onto the grass. But Strange won't be too happy with that. But he's gonna make the move anyways. Down the inside, is it going to be clean? It's difficult to do that at the chicane. Ooh, he doesn't make it through, and he actually loses. They both lose the position to Farrell, who says, "Thank you very much, I'll take 3rd." And that leaves Ennis going for a move. Oh, and Ennis spins Strange. There's contact with Nelusafu as well. It's just carnage back here. Scream getting involved a little bit, trying to make some moves. Strange is through on Ids, so Strange, does he have any damage? Oh, it looks like Nelusafu might, as Waitsy trying to get through on Nelusafu. Waitsy's into 4th in the McLaren. Nelusafu falling down the order. Ennis, after spinning Strange, he's through on Nelusafu. Nelusafu doesn't have an end plate on the right-hand side. Scream, can he make a move down the inside? He can't quite. Nelusafu runs wide. Strange right on the back of Scream now, as that is 3 wide or something back there. It's hard to tell. As Legend through on Nelusafu as well. This is all falling apart for Nelusafu, as Tango and Hobbsy are quite close together even.
It's got damage as well, but that was very silly from Ennis. Just a chain reaction for Ennis hitting the back of Strange.
That is a lot of drivers into the pits. That's at least 3 of them. And oh my god, the chaos through the last corner.
And Jet, I think he was in 15th by the end of last lap. But now he's up to 5th and 4th now as he's trying to overtake Strange down the inside on the pressure mediums. He's got it done. Up to 4th goes Jet.
Yep, that is a very impressive comeback from him. Scream goes on to the softs. Everyone else looks like they're going on to mediums. Strange gets overtaken by AJ Wuhan. No contact there, but they got pretty close. Impressive job keeping the cars apart there, as that top 3 is just shot away from the front group as the front group. It's exactly what happened in Tier 4. Top 3 running away there. And right now it's a top 3 here as well. So let's see if Hobbsy goes for the move on Tango here. Down the inside, down the long straight. Gets off the overtake early and is already through. So it looks like a pretty calm overtake for Hobbsy. And Tango pits. So Tango, finally getting rid of those hards, can easily go to the end of the race on mediums. We'll see if they even risk softs. I don't think they will, though. So Farrell in 2nd. Farrell, the only one who can really challenge Hobbsy now, but those mediums are already 10 laps old. I can't really see Farrell going to the end of the race on these tires, but Hobbsy, that seems viable.
Now Jacob trying to go down the inside of Jet. Will there be enough room? There is, and Jacob goes screaming on the outside. Lovely move. But
Strange makes it through as well.
But Jacob, lovely job from him. Started 13th, obviously, but here comes Strange, trying to get the position around the outside to the inside, but gets it done. And here comes Legend as well.
Jet is through at the 3rd again.
Jet.
So 4-way fight here. Almost 5-way with Steiny. Oh, as Jet runs wide through the hairpin. It's chaos. Who's going to have DRS? Who doesn't? Looks like Strange is missing out on it. Is it 3 wide? They're all bunching together through the chicane. This can't end well. Ooh, and it doesn't. Strange is in the wall. Is that any damage for Strange? We'll ride on board with Steiny and look back to see. It is, I think. Is that end plate damage? No, it's not quite. Black front wing of the Red Bull blending in with the track there, but no damage for Strange. So Jet back up into 3rd.
Steiny as well had his issues, didn't he, at the start, and now he's up to 6th.
Yeah.
But biggest gainer at the moment is Farrell up 13, chasing that win. But he's got a penalty at the moment.
Yeah, 3 seconds. Better than Jet though. Jet has 6 seconds.
That's true. He'll be hoping that Hopsy does get a penalty or something. But at the moment, Farrell wanting to take the win from Hopsy.
As it looks like Kriko might be joining this battle for 3rd in a moment.
Oh, Jet's got front end plate damage as well.
Ooh.
I just noticed there.
So that won't be doing him any good.
Nope.
Oh, it's visible there.
It.
Yep, as AJ Wuhan up into 4th, Legend in 3rd though. So it'll be interesting to see, can the Alpine driver go for something on the Williams through the next couple laps. Be interesting to see how the strategy plays out. This group is on fresher mediums than Farrell. Farrell I can't see making the end of the race on these tires. I doubt this group can either, but they're still on the fresher tires nonetheless, so in theory they should be able to gain on Farrell. Farrell, though, is still keeping close to Hobbsy.
Yep. The Aston Martin looking really close, and now Steiny's gone past Jet. Up to 5th, but he outbreaks himself a little bit, and Jet has the inside.
Will Strange make a move down the straight? These two up in front are side by side. Is it a risk worth taking? Well, he's going to be boxed in like that. Lifts off. Steiny's through. Jet has to lift off a bit. Will Strange make the move on Jet now then?
Let's have a look now. But look how close Farrell's gotten now. Only 3 tenths between the two. It's going to be a race to the end for these two.
Yep, 10 laps to go. As Steiny gets overtaken by Jet. So this will be big for Hobbsy in the championship. Hobbsy in the lead at the moment, Strange down in 7th, and Taupe out of the race. So that's 2nd place in the championship, looking on for a win as Tango gets past Kriko. Tango's going to join this battle with Strange, Steiny, and Jet in just a moment. Speaking of Strange, championship leader, down in 7th. So we'll see if the Red Bull driver can make some moves, or will it be Tango getting past Strange? Tango on fresh mediums, I'm confident he can make the end of the race on these tires. AJ Wuhan through on Legend, but Legend has a better exit. AJ Wuhan still has the DRS though, so it looks like AJ Wuhan's going to pull away down the straight into turn 1. Legend doesn't go for anything quite yet. As it looks like Strange hits Steiny. All 3 drivers staying on the track as Tango tries to make a move around the outside. That was impressive. Is he going to go 2 for 2? He can't quite, but Tango is through on Strange. Tango also getting himself the time penalty. I think that's his 2nd time penalty. That'll put him up onto 6 seconds if it is. It is indeed. So both Mercedes have 6 seconds of time penalties.
And Legend and Tango getting past Steiny and AJ as Steiny got a penalty. Jacob's looking for the move again, but wants to... Oh wait, he's already got the DRS, never mind, but as he got the move in him to try and get past Legend, he's gaining, and he's past Legend. Up to 3rd again. These two are going to battle it towards the end, I reckon.
Yep. Both drivers on mediums, I think of the same age. AJ Wuhan doing a little bit better on ERS, but only by about 10 or so percent, as that's a swap in position for the Mercedes. Wonder if that was team orders or Tango just being able to take advantage of Jet's wing damage.
I think Jet let him pass there. But
George Hargreaves, I'm not sure how long ago, I haven't been looking at the stream as much as I intended to. I've had the standings up, but George saying loving the clean racing in Tier 2 so far. A lot of it has been quite clean, some unfortunate accidents though.
I think the unfortunate accidents though are literally because of there not being any ghosting.
Yeah, I think the drivers are probably used to there being ghosting, so yeah. Certainly that 3-car accident earlier, I would argue, is probably because of no ghosting, as Strange makes the move on Steiny. Steiny almost moving out of the way there. I think he knew Strange would be coming through. Nothing he could do, as Legend still right on the back of AJ Wuhan, but no move being made quite yet. As that looked like there was a change in position between Ids and Scream, down in 12th.
Yep,
Scream on soft.
Up on penalty though.
Yeah,
It's picking up a penalty even. Okay.
Right, yeah. No, I think you said Scream, but yeah, it's Ids. Those Scream on some older softs. It's going to be a stretch to pull those to the end of the race. But I tell you what, I thought Farrell's mediums would be falling off by now, but he's doing quite a good job keeping on the back of Hodsey still. As that's some more change in position between Nelu Safu, I think, and Waitsy.
Well, this could be a change for the lead. Farrell going down the inside, he's got it done.
Manages to avoid any extra penalties there. He's already got a 3-second time penalty. Hodsey back through, down the inside into turn 1. Is he going to get the position back? No. Around the outside. Farrell keeps it. There's contact. Farrell stays in front, but there was a bit of contact there. I wonder what the drivers will be thinking of that. As Legend barely keeping the car going forwards, as I accidentally switched to him for a moment. And that is Farrell through into the lead on lap 29.
I think that was just a racing instant there between Farrell and Hobbsy. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. It looked pretty harmless, and it was hard to tell from the angle I had if there was one driver that was particularly at fault.
Tango, I just noticed, has gotten past Jacob now. He's looking to get past Legend. As Scream picks up that's his first penalty, yeah?
I believe so, yeah. As that's Tango into third position. So that strategy is working quite well for him. And I tell you what, he's only 3.5 seconds off of Hobbsy. He might be able to... Oh yeah. That is a penalty for AJ Wuhan. As Strange has fallen quite far off the back of this group up ahead. Jet not too far behind, so I wonder if Strange might have gotten some damage as well. Lots of penalties plaguing this race though. As if Tang keeps up this pace, I think he's going to win, because he's just gained about, I think it's 1.5 seconds maybe, in a sector, maybe 1.5 seconds. So Tango, I'd be interested to keep watching him. Those 8-lap-old mediums, he may have nailed the strategy.
This Hobbsy again getting quite close to Farrell. Farrell the better exit though. Yep. Close enough to make a move.
I think being on hards, unless the mediums wear out too much, I think it's going to be difficult for Hobbsy to make a move. He's running wide through that chicane, and Tango is only 1.5 seconds behind. He's gained 2 seconds on them this lap. This is some incredible pace from Tango.
Keep in mind though, Tango does have that 6-second time penalty, and Farrell is free.
That is a good point. So at the moment, Hodsey is still in a very good position.
Tango taps the wall there on turn 4, and Jets gets another penalty? Yep, 9 seconds now for the Mercedes driver.
That is not what the Mercedes team will be wanting, both drivers with 6+ seconds of time penalties.
I think Tango might have some damage there from the contact on the wall in turn 4.
Oh yeah, that could be a big factor in his chance at the win. As Hobbsy looks like he's fallen out of DRS range of Farrell. He doesn't open the rear wing, so it seems like he has. We'll see if Tango can do anything into the final chicane or into turn 1. Nothing into the final chicane. Oh, he's struggling to get his foot down out of the final chicane. Steiny getting past Jet. Bit of a mistake though. Jet's going to come back at him down the pit straight. Down the inside into turn 1. Will he be able to make the move? No, Steiny outbrakes him. Kryko not far off of this group. And you made an excellent point when you pointed out the penalty situation. At the moment, Hobbsy is still in the best position for the win, weirdly, despite being on the oldest hards and not being in the lead. Farrell will be trying to pull away from Hobbsy. He knows if he can get the 3-second gap on Hobbsy, he's got the win. But yeah, it's not looking too great. Actually, I tell you what, Legend is just barely in a net P2 at the moment. He's 2.9 seconds off of the leader, which is Farrell with that 3-second time penalty. He's just now dropped to over 3 seconds back, so it's Legend is also fighting for a good position here. As Hobbsy can't make any moves into the final chicane. Will he be closer? He's much closer, going down towards turn 1. He's got the DRS. Is he going to make a move down into turn 1, down the inside, and he's through back into the lead. Bit of contact between Tango and Farrell there. Tango, is he going to try and force his way through on the inside? He can't get that position yet, as Hobbsy is back into the lead in the Ferrari.
Jet having a little bit of a moment there coming out of turn 2.
And Kryko's ahead of...
to Kryko and Steiny.
Yeah, Kryko's got both of them now, so I wonder if Kryko will be chasing down Strange now, I would imagine. Back up to the front though, Tango's through on Farrell. Legend is through on AJ Wuhan. This is a 5-way fight for the win. Only 2 of these drivers don't have penalties though, including the leader, and Tango might have just fallen over a second behind Hobbsy during the DRS detection point. I'm not sure whether or not he has kept that though. Whether he's kept the DRS. He does have DRS still. Oh, as there's a yellow flag, that is contact. Jet going down the order, so is Nelusafu. Id's going wide, hitting the wall a little bit to avoid Jet. Looks like there was some contact there. No safety cars or anything, though. 3-second time penalty for Strange. Back up at the front of the grid. This top 5 is pretty quick at the moment. AJ Wuhan back through on Legend. And I'll tell you what, Tango was looking exceptional on pace earlier, but you might be right. He might have gained himself a bit of wing damage, because his pace just isn't as good, and Nelusafu retires in the pit lane, I believe.
Yeah,
as Westy and Jet.
And AJ going down the inside of Farrell. Doesn't make it work. Leave room. Oh, very close to the wall. Let's see if Jacob can try and make a move down on turn 8. He doesn't. Taps the rear of Farrell there though.
And Legend will be looking for his opportunity after that. Tango, a 10.5 off of Hobbsy though. We'll see if he can make any moves down into the final chicane. He's got DRS. He's got more overtake. Can he make the move on his fresher mediums down the inside? And he's through well before the braking zone. Now he has 1 lap to pull out 6 seconds. Good luck to him with that. That is not going to be easy. So yeah. Hobbsy, we enter the final lap. Hobbsy is looking good right now. He's the top driver without a penalty. So looking at the moment like the results may be Hobbsy, Legend, Farrell, but it's hard to say. Lots of position change is still possible. Speaking of, Id's getting past Waitsy down in 9th position, as that's down the inside for AJ Wuhan. Bit of contact with Farrell. Oh, is Legend going to try and pull a move? He can't quite. Farrell has to fall behind AJ Wuhan. This will be helping Tango and Hobbsy, but Hobbsy, it's looking good for him. Coming into the hairpin for the last time. Oh, is Strange. What? Strange spins. I didn't even see him. Oh, Strange is beached on the curb. Resets to track. Back up to the front of the grid, though. It's looking good for Hobbsy, the Ferrari driver. It's going to be a move for Farrell into the final chicane. Bit of contact. He's through on AJ Wuhan. Is he? No, AJ Wuhan cuts the corner. Tango wins on track, but it's Hobbsy who wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Legend takes second, and Tango takes third in the end. What a finish. Your winner is Hobbsy, though, with Ferrari from pole position. Coming across the line to finish in 10th is Waitsy hitting the wall. It's a drag race to the line between Ennis and Scream. Ennis gets him by 0.02 of a second. And wow, what a finish. Oh, and that's contact for Jet hitting the wall, and he finishes the race in 12th. 14th, sorry.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the podium interviews with you.
That's alright. AJ Wuhan being awarded Driver of the Day by the game. Do you have a quick Driver of the Day before you go?
I would say Legend. I feel like he had a very good performance today. Yeah, very, very nice drive from him. Finished P2 as well.
Right. Alright, and would you be able to invite... Do you have time to invite the podium finishers before you go? Or
Yes, I will. Who? So, NSR Legend.
Yep. Tango and Hobbsy.
Tango. I had his name for a second. That's not the right one. There we go. Legend. Hobbsy. Yeah, Hobbsy, isn't it?
Yeah, Hobbsy.
Hobbsy.
And we can see here our final results. Hobbsy takes the win over Legend, Tango third, followed by Farrell, AJ Wuhan, Kryko, Strange in 7th, championship leader. Steiny in 8th, 9th is Ids, 10th is Waitsy, 11th Ennis, 12th Scream. Fastest lap goes to Westy in 13th, 14th is Jet, 15th Nelu Safu. Hargreaves, Tope, Delano, and Carl are out. Tango is like T_A_N_G_G_. O. 348.
Is that underscore?
Yeah. Not between the O and the 348, but between like everything else.
I think I added them.
Thank you.
I will see you later then.
Alright, have a good one.
You too, mate.
Hello, Hobbsy.
Good evening.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
So we'll just wait for the remaining driver. Welcome, Tango. Crazy race. Good job on the P3.
Thank you.
And yeah, now we'll just wait on Legend. That's not how you spell Legend. I've asked Legend if he's going to join for the interview. Yeah, we'll just give him a couple seconds to see if he joins, and if he says no or doesn't join, we'll get going with the interviews. Alright, let's just get going with the interviews, and he can join, if he's going to, later. So first of all, congratulations to you both, first and third. It was a pretty chaotic race. Let's start off with you, Hobbsy. That first of all, that start was incredible from you. You gained 2 seconds in a lap on the first lap. Was there anything in particular you did to gain that gap, or was it just sort of take a clean line and drive away?
Yeah, I mean, everyone around me was on the hards, so obviously that helped the initial launch. And then I think going into turn one, they must have been side by side because most of that 2 seconds was out of turn two, really. So once I saw them battling behind, I was just like, yeah, let's get my foot down and go. But then there was a safety car soon after that, so.
Yeah, that safety car really brought things down for you a bit. Was there anything, there were a few drivers who pitted under that safety car. Was there any temptation to do that for you, or did you just want to stick it out on those
No,
mediums?
not on that first one. It would have been too early, and obviously I can't bank on there being 2 safety cars if I'm winning. So I
Yeah,
just had to stay out and hope there was another one, which there was.
yeah. Yeah, that was that second safety car was caused by a huge collision. A few drivers stayed out, but you chose to pit. Did you foresee that coming? Did you think, you might be able to do a long stint at the end on hards when you chose mediums at the start? I mean, you were one of the only people who did choose mediums at the start, so.
Yeah, I mean, I usually do start on the mediums just because if there's sort of not an early safety car, but sort of 10 laps in, I can just go straight on the hards and then go to the end if I need to, or judge it from there. So I like starting on the mediums, but it worked out today. It don't always work out.
Yeah, well, it was a good choice in the end, and you kept your nose clean. No penalties for you throughout the race. It was a good battle between you and Farrell, and then towards the end, Tango as well. Was there anything in particular running through your head during that, or was there, were you
Well,
taking a special approach?
I was trying to be as clean as possible because Farrell had 3 seconds and obviously Tango had 6. But then there was contact into turn one with Farrell, which took some of my nose off. So I actually had damage for the last 6 or 7 laps, which wasn't ideal. So I just had to stay with Farrell and just hope that sort of no pens can be removed or anything. So I
Right.
mean, yeah, not ideal having damage, but I did what I could.
Yep, and moving on to you, Tango, I believe you won on track, or was that Farrell?
No,
I believe it was you.
yeah, I think I did win on track.
Yeah. So, congratulations on that. Obviously, you had the 6-second time penalty that Hobbsy just mentioned. Was there anything, were you focused on that? Were you focused on the gaps, or were you just drive as fast as you can towards the end?
Well, I got front wing damage 5 laps from the end, and I've been pushing it from kind of like lap 24-ish on the tyres, kind of like properly trying to get in front. So I've just decided to go for it, and you just get to the point where you've got penalties, where you just kind of like accept them. So it's like I'd rather have the extra 3 seconds and not have to carry that warning that might take me over and then drive cautiously for it. I'd rather push and actually gain some time because you never know what will happen if you push a bit.
Right. Yeah, so, a really impressive drive. You were one of the only people who stayed out during the safety car on lap 10. Was there any particular reason for that? I mean, there were only 5 of you.
Well, in my brain, I was debating whether I should either kind of like go for a short, medium stint and then have the tyres to lean on, or maybe go for a set of softs. And I thought, if you can't use this safety car, the better your tyres will be at the end of the race. So I was only thinking about the end of the race. It wasn't necessarily thinking about the now there.
Right. So you're very much a think about the end of the race instead of this particular moment of the race kind of driver then?
Yeah, I would say it's also because I was doing a race round here on Monday, and I did the same sort of strategy, and I knew that as long as I built up like a 5 or 6 lap tyre delta, I'll be quite fast in comparison. I didn't get wing damage in that race though, so a
Right.
bit of a spanner thrown into my works in this one, but happy that I made it work in a kind of sort of way.
So the both of you got some wing damage towards the end of the race. So a question for both of you. We'll start with Hobbsy and then move to Tango. How does your driving have to change around a track like Canada when you have that wing damage?
Yeah, it's difficult because obviously Canada, you get a lot of track limits mornings, and obviously with understeer and front wing damage, it's easier just to take a bit more curb to try and compensate for the time you're losing. So it's really just braking earlier and not sort of getting baited into taking that extra curb, and just really just stick to the plan. And because I didn't know at the time Tango had wing damage, I was just trying to follow him and Farrell and stay within a second. I think that was the main thing as well, staying within the DRS throughout the tight corners and then just getting all the time back on the straight.
Mm-hmm. And you, Tango?
Yeah, I'd say pretty much the same. I'd say more than anything, it was just the braking that you've got to adapt to. You've got to brake so much earlier, and already on this game, the braking kind of zones are a lot longer than they have been on other games. So you've just got to try and take it into account that you have got to brake earlier, and of course with the time limit, with the track limits, it's all culminates into one thing where it's just really hard to manage.
Right. Well, I can't think of any more questions for you, gentlemen. So just a huge congratulations on the first and third. Both of you drove excellent races. Hobbsy very, very calm and controlled throughout the entire race, always up at the front, right from pole. And Tango, that was, I believe you were down. That pit stop put you really in the middle of the pack, and that was an excellent charge through the pack and some phenomenal pace towards the end until you got that damage. So congratulations to you on that comeback for third. Congratulations for the win on track, and then Hobbsy for the overall actual win. Yeah, just huge congratulations to you both. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll be ending the stream now, so I don't believe there's any other races going on at the moment. I would imagine CRL Tier 1 is also done at the
I
moment.
think they might still be going because there was rain.
Oh,
And
really?
I think they started a little bit later.
Okay. Well, in that case, everyone, head over to the Tier 1 broadcast. Those guys are incredibly quick. Definitely worth watching. A big congratulations to you two again, and a thank you to everyone who raced and watched for all the entertainment. We'll be back next week, same time, for Barcelona, Spain. It'll be interesting to see how the championship standings change. Hobbsy, this was a very good round for you, especially with how much Strange sort of suffered with that P8, and then yeah, so that should be a big points gain for you. So we'll see how that affects the championship. We'll see everyone here again next week. And thank you for watching today. Goodbye.